Welcome to Stairway to English. In this video, you will listen and read about how food shapes your body, mind, and future. Stay with us, enjoy the story, and don't forget to like and comment to support the channel. Episode 1. The Meaning Behind You Are What You Eat. The famous saying, "You are what you eat," is simple, but at the same time very powerful. It means that the food we choose to put into our bodies shapes not only our health, but also our energy, our mood, and even the way we think. When you eat healthy and balanced meals, you give your body the right tools to work well. When you eat poor quality or unhealthy foods, your body struggles to function, and you may feel weak, tired, or even sad. This idea is not only about physical health, but also about how food affects your mind and your life in general. For thousands of years, people have understood that food is not just fuel. In many cultures, food is seen as medicine. Ancient doctors used to say that the best way to stay healthy is to eat the right food every day. Modern science now supports this old wisdom. Studies show that the vitamins, minerals, proteins, and natural fats in food have direct effects on our organs, our blood, and our brain. When we eat more fruits, vegetables, grains, and healthy proteins, our body has energy to repair itself and protect us from illness. On the other hand, eating too much sugar, processed food, or junk food can make the body weak and open the door to health problems. The phrase, "you are what you eat," also means that food can shape your identity and habits. Imagine two people. One person eats fast food every day, drinks a lot of soda, and avoids vegetables. This person may feel tired, gain weight, and even lose confidence. The other person eats balanced meals with fresh vegetables, lean protein, and water. This person has more energy, feels lighter, and probably has a more positive attitude. Their daily choices with food build their body, their emotions, and even their future. Food has an emotional side, too. Many people eat not only because they are hungry, but also because they feel stressed, bored, or sad. When someone eats sweet snacks after a stressful day, it gives short-term comfort. But after a while, too much sugar causes energy crashes, bad mood, and sometimes guilt. On the other hand, eating a colorful salad or a fresh, home-cooked meal can give both physical strength and mental peace. In this way, food does not only affect the stomach, but also the mind. Nutrition is strongly linked to energy. When you eat heavy, greasy, or sugary foods, your body needs to work harder to process them. This makes you feel sleepy and lazy. When you eat light but nutrient-rich meals, your energy rises and stays stable for hours. For example, starting your day with eggs, oats, or fruit gives you the energy to focus and work. But starting with a sweet pastry or a can of soda may give quick energy, but it will disappear fast, leaving you tired and distracted. The relationship between food and emotions is also important. Some foods help the brain produce chemicals that make us feel happy. For example, bananas, nuts, fish, and dark chocolate can support brain health. At the same time, too much caffeine, alcohol, or sugar can increase stress and anxiety. This means that every meal you eat is not only a choice for your body, but also for your mind. You are what you eat can also be understood in a social way. The way we eat shows a part of who we are. If someone spends time cooking carefully with fresh ingredients, it shows they care about their health and daily life. If someone always chooses quick and cheap fast food, it may show a different set of values or priorities. In many cultures, sharing meals is a way to show love, respect, and connection. What we eat together shapes our family traditions and even our memories. To understand the power of food, think about how the body renews itself. Every cell in your body needs nutrients from food to stay alive and strong. The skin, the muscles, the blood, the brain, every part of you is built from what you eat. In fact, science says that many of the cells in our body are replaced in weeks or months. So, in a real way, your body tomorrow is being built by the food you eat today. If you choose fresh and healthy meals, you are building a stronger future. If you choose empty calories and junk food, you are building a weaker one. The saying, "you are what you eat," is also about responsibility. No one else can choose your food for you. Every day, you decide what to put on your plate. Every meal is a small choice. But when you add them together, they shape your health and your life. A healthy meal may not feel important in one moment, but in the long term, it can prevent disease, give you energy for your dreams, and even extend your life. In short, "you are what you eat" is more than just words. It is a reminder that food is not only about taste or comfort, it is about building your body, shaping your mind, and influencing your future. By thinking carefully about what you eat, you are also thinking about the kind of life you want to live. Every bite is part of your story. Episode 2: How Food Shapes Our Body and Health. When we think about food, many people only think about taste. Some people say, "I love sweet food," or "I cannot live without fast food." But food is not only about taste. It is the main source of energy and the building blocks of our body. The food we eat every day shapes our body in ways we can see and in ways we cannot see. Good food makes us strong, while bad food makes us weak. It is simple, but it is also very deep. Every time we eat, our body begins a process. It takes the food, breaks it down, and turns it into energy and nutrients. These nutrients are used to repair muscles, keep organs healthy, and support the brain. Protein helps build and repair tissues, carbohydrates give energy, and healthy fats protect cells and organs. Vitamins and minerals, even if they are small, have big jobs in making sure our body systems work well. For example, vitamin C supports the immune system, iron helps carry oxygen in the blood, and calcium strengthens bones. But what happens when we do not eat the right food? Imagine a car. If you put dirty or low-quality fuel inside, the car will not run smoothly. In the same way, if we fill our body with too much sugar, fat, or processed food, our body struggles to work properly. Over time, it can cause serious health problems such as obesity, diabetes, or heart disease. These are not small issues. They can affect the quality of life and sometimes shorten it. Food also shapes the way our body looks. People who eat balanced meals with vegetables, lean protein, and whole grains often have more stable weight, clearer skin, and more energy. People who eat a lot of junk food may gain weight quickly, feel tired often, and even have skin problems. This is why food is not only about the inside of the body, but also about how we look on the outside. Another important point is the role of food in the immune system. The immune system is like an army inside us. Its job is to protect us from viruses, bacteria, and illness. But this army needs weapons. The best weapons are vitamins, minerals, and healthy food. When we eat well, our immune system can fight strongly. But when we eat poorly, the army is weak and cannot protect us. That is why people who eat badly often get sick more easily. Food also affects how fast or slow we recover from illness. If a person is sick and eats soup, fruits, and drinks enough water, the body has better chances to heal quickly. But if the person continues to eat junk food or drinks too much soda, recovery takes longer. So every meal is either helping us or hurting us. Our brain is also shaped by food. The brain needs steady energy from healthy food to work well. Foods like fish, nuts, berries, and green vegetables are known as brain foods because they help memory, focus, and learning. On the other hand, eating too much sugar or processed food can make it harder to concentrate and can even affect mood. That is why students or workers who eat balanced meals often perform better than those who skip meals or eat only junk food. Another area where food shapes our body is sleep. Many people do not know that food choices can affect sleep quality. Drinking coffee late at night, eating heavy meals before bed, or eating too much sugar can make it hard to sleep. Poor sleep then makes the body weak, the mind tired, and the emotions unstable. On the other hand, eating light and healthy dinners helps the body rest better, and good sleep builds stronger health. Food also shapes long-term health. For example, people who eat vegetables, fruits, and whole grains regularly are less likely to have heart problems. People who eat too much red meat, fried food, or sugar are more likely to have high blood pressure or diabetes. Scientists have studied thousands of people and found that diet is one of the most powerful factors for living a long and healthy life. Even bones and teeth depend on food. Calcium and vitamin D keep bones strong. Without them, bones can become weak and break easily. Teeth also need healthy food because too much sugar can cause cavities. So, from head to toe, every part of the body is shaped by what we eat. There is also the question of balance. Eating only one type of food is not healthy, even if it is good food. The body needs a mix of different nutrients. That is why a colorful plate is often the best. Green vegetables, orange carrots, red tomatoes, yellow fruits, brown grains, and proteins all bring something important. Each food has its special gift for the body. Together, they make a strong and healthy person. In the end, food is like a mirror. If you want to know how healthy your body is, you can often look at what you eat. Strong bodies usually come from strong nutrition. Weak bodies often come from poor food choices. This is why people say, take care of your food, and your food will take care of you. Episode 3: Food and the Mind: How Nutrition Affects Mood and Thinking. When we talk about food, most people think only about the body. They imagine muscles, bones, and energy. But food is not only for the body. It is also for the mind. What we eat affects how we feel, how we think, and how we see the world. A healthy diet can bring calm, focus, and happiness. A poor diet can bring stress, sadness, and confusion. This connection between food and mind is powerful and often surprising. Think about a time when you were very hungry. Maybe you skipped breakfast or lunch. How did you feel? Many people become angry or impatient when they are hungry. Some even call it being hangry, a mix of hungry and angry. This happens because the brain needs steady fuel to work well. When there is no fuel, the brain struggles and emotions become unstable. It shows that food and mood are closely linked. Sugar is another good example. When someone eats a lot of sugar, they may feel a sudden burst of energy. They feel excited, fast, and even happy for a short time. But soon after, they feel tired, sad, or empty. This is called a sugar crash. The brain does not like these ups and downs. It works better with steady, slow energy that comes from whole grains, vegetables, and proteins. Scientists have studied how certain foods affect mental health. They discovered that people who eat more fruits, vegetables, fish, and nuts often report feeling less depressed and less anxious. These foods give the brain the nutrients it needs to produce happy chemicals like serotonin. On the other hand, people who eat a lot of processed food, fast food, and soft drinks are more likely to feel depressed, tired, or unmotivated. The gut, which is the stomach and intestines, also plays a role in the mind. Many people call the gut the second brain. This is because the gut and the brain are connected by special nerves and chemicals. When the gut is healthy, the brain often feels better too. Foods with fiber, yogurt, and fermented products support a healthy gut, but junk food and too much fat can disturb it. This shows that caring for the stomach is also caring for the mind. Food can even affect stress. When life is stressful, some people eat comfort food like ice cream, chips, or chocolate. For a moment, they feel better, but later they may feel heavy, guilty, or more stressed. Healthy food, such as fresh fruit, herbal tea, or nuts, can reduce stress without these bad effects. Some studies suggest that foods rich in magnesium, like spinach or almonds, help calm the mind. Memory and learning are also shaped by food. Students who eat breakfast with protein and whole grains often perform better on tests than those who skip breakfast or eat only sugary snacks. The brain works like a computer, and food is its electricity. Without the right fuel, the computer cannot run properly. Fish, blueberries, and green vegetables are especially famous for supporting memory and focus. Another interesting connection is between food and sleep. If we do not sleep well, our mind becomes weak. But the food we eat can decide if we sleep deeply or not. Drinking coffee late in the day, eating heavy or spicy meals at night, or consuming too much sugar can make sleep difficult. Poor sleep then affects mood, memory, and even decision-making. But eating a balanced dinner with vegetables and light protein helps the body relax and the mind rest better. Mood swings are also related to food. Some people notice that when they eat junk food often, they feel more irritated, impatient, or sad. But when they switch to healthier meals, they feel calmer and more positive. It is not magic. It is the natural effect of giving the brain the right tools to create balance. Another point is confidence. When people eat healthily, their body feels light, their skin looks better, and their energy is higher. All these things affect the way they see themselves. Confidence grows when the mind feels sharp and the body feels strong. But poor diet can lead to low energy, poor appearance, and negative self-image. That is why food is also a part of emotional health. Food habits can even affect social life. Imagine someone who always feels tired or moody because of poor diet. They may avoid friends, family, or activities. Over time, this creates loneliness. On the other hand, someone who eats balanced meals feels stronger, more positive, and more open to meeting people. In this way, food choices can change relationships. In conclusion, food is not only fuel for the body, it is also medicine for the mind. Every meal has the power to make us feel better or worse emotionally. Choosing colorful fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and fish can build a strong and happy mind. Choosing too much sugar, processed food, or soda can damage mood and thinking. We can decide 3 times a day whether we want to build peace and clarity in our mind or create stress and sadness. Episode 4: Food, Culture, and Identity: How Diet Shapes Who We Are. When we think about food, we often imagine taste, nutrition, or health. But food is also culture, memory, and identity. What we eat is connected to where we come from, who our family is, and how we see ourselves in the world. The phrase, "you are what you eat," is not only about the body or the mind, it is also about culture and society. The food on our plate tells a story of history, tradition, and belonging. In every culture, food has a special meaning. In Italy, pasta and pizza are more than meals. They are symbols of tradition and family gatherings. In Japan, sushi is not just fish and rice. It is a practice of balance, freshness, and respect for nature. In Mexico, corn is sacred, used in tortillas and tamales that connect modern life with ancient civilizations. When people eat these foods, they are not only filling their stomachs, they are taking part in cultural rituals that give them identity. Family traditions are also built around food. Think of holidays, birthdays, or weddings. Almost every important moment in life includes a shared meal. A grandmother's recipe can connect generations. A family dinner can bring people closer after a long day. Even the smell of certain foods can bring back childhood memories. Food is like a bridge that connects the past and the present. Food also shows values. Some cultures eat together at the same table, sharing dishes, because they value community. Other cultures may focus on individual plates, showing independence and personal choice. What we eat, how we eat, and when we eat all reflect deeper beliefs about life. Food can also express religion. For example, in many religions, fasting is an important practice. In Ramadan, in Islam, believers fast during the day to learn patience and self-control. In Christianity, Lent is a period of fasting and reflection. In Hinduism, certain foods are avoided to respect the idea of purity. These traditions show that food is not only physical, but also spiritual. Eating, or not eating, becomes a way to connect with God and with the community. Migration has also changed diets and identities. When people move from one country to another, they often bring their food traditions with them. An Italian family in America may continue to make pasta to keep their roots alive. A Turkish family in Germany may still cook kebabs to feel at home. At the same time, they may also learn to enjoy new foods from their new country. Over time, cultures mix and new dishes are created. For example, Tex-Mex food in the United States combines Mexican and American traditions. This shows how food adapts to new identities. Food can also separate groups. Sometimes people use food to show differences. For example, one group may say their food is healthier, cleaner, or more spiritual than another group's food. This can create pride, but also division. On the other hand, food can also unite people. Sharing meals across cultures creates understanding and friendship. When someone tries food from another culture, they are taking the first step to respecting that culture. Modern life has also changed cultural food habits. Fast food chains spread across the world, offering the same burgers, fries, and sodas in many countries. This makes people feel connected globally, but it can also make local traditions weaker. Many young people may prefer fast food instead of their grandmother's traditional dish. This raises an important question. Should we protect traditional food or accept global food culture? Food identity also affects health. In some countries, traditional diets are very healthy. The Mediterranean diet, which includes olive oil, vegetables, and fish, is famous for helping people live longer. But when people change to more processed and sugary foods, their health may decline. This shows that food choices, influenced by culture, can have long-term effects on the body and mind. Food is also a form of art. Chefs and home cooks use food to express creativity. The colors, shapes, and tastes of a meal can tell a story or give a message. In this way, cooking becomes like painting or music. It is a way to share feelings and ideas with others. Finally, food and identity remind us of respect. When we eat, we should respect the history and effort behind every meal. A simple piece of bread represents the work of farmers, bakers, and generations of knowledge. Respecting food means respecting culture, people, and life itself. In conclusion, food is not only something we eat, it is part of who we are. It tells the story of our culture, family, religion, and even our future. Every bite is connected to identity. By understanding this, we can respect not only our own traditions, but also those of others. When we share food, we share humanity. Episode 5: The Future of Food and the Future of the Mind. In the past episodes, we talked about how food affects the body, the brain, and even our culture. But there is one more question we need to ask. What is the future of food, and how will it shape the future of the human mind? Our world is changing quickly. Technology, science, and the environment are all influencing what we eat. These changes will not only affect our health, but also the way we think, learn, and live together. One of the biggest challenges for the future is population growth. Today, the world has more than 8 billion people. By the year 2050, it may have almost 10 billion. Feeding so many people will not be easy. Farmers may not be able to produce enough food with traditional methods. Climate change is making farming harder. with rising temperatures, less water, and changing seasons. This means we need new solutions to make sure everyone has enough to eat. Science is already working on answers. One idea is lab-grown meat. Instead of raising animals, scientists can grow meat from animal cells in laboratories. This kind of meat looks, cooks, and tastes like normal meat, but it does not require raising or killing animals. It also uses less land and water. If this technology becomes common, it could change not only diets, but also the way people think about food and animals. Eating lab-grown meat might reduce guilt, protect the environment, and still provide important nutrition for the brain. Another idea is insects as food. In many parts of the world, insects like crickets or grasshoppers are already eaten. They are high in protein, easy to produce, and much better for the environment than cows or pigs. For some people, the idea of eating insects may feel strange or disgusting. But for the future, insect-based food could become normal. If societies accept it, people may develop new ways of thinking about what is good or bad food. There is also the rise of plant-based diets. Many people today choose vegetarian or vegan lifestyles because they believe it is healthier, kinder to animals, and better for the planet. Companies are now creating plant-based products that look and taste like meat. These foods are already popular in supermarkets. If plant-based diets continue to grow, future generations may see meat as something less important or even unnecessary. This shift will influence not only the body, but also moral values and identity. Technology may also change the way we eat daily. Imagine a world where smart devices can scan your body and tell you exactly what nutrients you need that day. Instead of choosing meals randomly, you could receive a personalized diet plan created by artificial intelligence that supports your brain and body perfectly. This could lead to a society where food is not only about taste, but also about precision and science. However, there are dangers too. Processed foods and artificial flavors are increasing. Many people today already eat too much sugar, salt, and fat. If future generations continue this trend, mental health may suffer. Problems like anxiety, depression, or poor focus may grow. The challenge will be to balance technology and health, making sure modern food still supports a strong and active mind. Another important question is about equality. Will the future of food be fair for everyone? New technologies like lab-grown meat or personalized diets may be expensive at first. Rich people may have access to healthier, smarter food, while poor people may still eat cheap, unhealthy options. This could create a world where food divides society even more. To avoid this, governments and communities will need to make healthy food available to all. Food and the environment are also deeply connected. If we continue to waste food, cut down forests for farming, and pollute water, the future will be dark. But if we respect nature, recycle, and eat responsibly, we can create a balance. Eating less meat, wasting less, and choosing local food are small steps that can make a big difference for the planet and for the human mind. Cultural identity will also continue to evolve. Traditional foods may mix with new inventions. For example, one day there may be lab-grown sushi or insect tacos. At first, these may sound unusual, but in the future, they might become normal parts of culture. Just as pizza and hamburgers spread around the world, new foods will spread too. Each generation will create its own food identity, and with it, a new way of thinking. Finally, the future of food will also influence how we see ourselves as humans. If we learn to eat in ways that protect the environment, respect animals, and support health, then we may also become more compassionate, intelligent, and cooperative as a species. But if we continue to eat carelessly, damaging both our bodies and our planet, then our minds may suffer too. In conclusion, the future of food is also the future of the mind. What we choose to eat will not only decide the health of our bodies, but also the strength of our societies and the survival of our planet. Every meal is a choice, and every choice builds the future. So when we think about the food on our plate, we should also think about the world we want to create. Because in the end, the saying remains true. We are what we eat, today, tomorrow, and in the future.